Hey guys, Gathering the Magic back again, and this time we're doing a Stoneshard update. So if you guys have been playing Stoneshard at all, you know they just did a major update called Rags to Riches. And one of the things they added to the game is the caravan system, which not only transports you all over the map easier, so it makes it a lot easier than just walking over the entire map. You have a caravan that can transport you over large distances, but also they have a commodity system in the game now. So there are 7 different commodities in the game. There's beer, grain, wine, cider, salt, timber, and charcoal. So there are different vendors throughout the world that sells each of these items. So the question is, where do you find the items and who pays the most? So far what I've found is the Miller in Osbrook is the one that sells the grain. At the Oak and Barrel Brewery, he's the one that sells the beer. Scroll down, so outside of Manshire, the winery, they sell the wine. Timber is found in the New Orchard, which is near Manshire. Charcoal is found at the Charcoal Camp, and that is kind of over by the Oak and Barrel Brewery, right in that area. The new town that they added in the game called Denbury, which is on the bottom towards the left side of the map. That's where you can purchase salt. And finally, what's the last one? Is it timber? Yep, timber is also by the Rotten Willow at a place called the Oaken Glade. So you can buy the items for a different amount of prices. Now the prices are going to fluctuate. It's not going to be the same every time. So for example, the Miller in Osbrook, he wants timber and he sells grain. I've gone there different times and you can see this huge range that he's selling it for. He sold it for as cheap as 209 crowns, and he sold it most expensively at 329. So there are different game mechanics that determine how much they will sell it for. Part of it is depending on your reputation, but also there are like instances in the game where it's like supplies are hard to come by, so that the prices are a lot higher. Maybe there's a fair or festival going on that'll make everybody happy and then they'll sell the prices lower. So it's going to be kind of in a set range. So what I'm going to try to do from time to time is every time I buy or sell, I'll just kind of put the price range in here and update it every once in a while. So for grain, I've seen it as low as 209, as high as 329. So if you go there and you go to purchase it, if you can get it for the low 200s, that's usually a pretty good price. The time that I bought beer, I paid 216. What else? Wine goes anywhere from 438 to 488 for wine. Cider 365. Charcoal anywhere from 255 to up to 396. You can see a huge range there. Salt I purchased for 460, and I currently am at the lumber camp. And last time I was here, he wanted 290. This time he wanted 197. And he had 2 of them, so I went ahead and I bought both of them. So, okay, so who pays the most? So here's a list of who pays the most as far as I found. So for beer, the person that pays the most is in Manshire, the innkeeper. He pays 411. So for the beer, you can see if you can purchase the beer for 216, sell it for 411, you're making almost 200 crowns profits. That's pretty awesome. Grain, Gerlot in Manshire, the highest so far that I've come across is 408. So for grain, you can see here, so if you can get it for like 209, sell it for 408, that's awesome. But if you get there one of those times and it's a bad trade situation and you end up paying 329, you're probably not going to want to sell it for 408. So definitely you want to buy, you can check on the merchants and it'll say what their buying price is. If it's, usually either plus or minus 10%. So you definitely don't want to buy it, in a bad situation. For wine, Rico and Bryn pays awesomely for wine. He pays $5.90. Cider at the Rotten Willow Tavern, he's paying $4.47. Salt also, Rico again in Bryn, paid up to $6.28 for salt. And once again, you can see Gerlot in Manshire for timber and charcoal, $3.97 and $4.40. So overall, if you're in Manshire, it looks like definitely check out the merchant outside, Gerlot. He sells, or he has pretty good buying prices. So the other thing I went through is I put town by town the items that they wanted and then kind of the range that they are, what is it, paying. So as you can see, the miller, he wants timber, he paid $254. Oaken Barrel Brewery, the brewer, 323 for grain, 302 for timber. I just started realizing that some of the other merchants, even though they don't specifically say they're looking for an item, if you have your caravan close to town, you can open, there's a tab, a very small tab on the left side of your character screen where you can toggle between what's in your inventory and what's in your caravan's inventory. So you can check to see what's in your caravan and see if they want to buy it or not. So Jabbar Smith, he is the smith in Osbrook. He's the one that repairs metal items. He actually wants charcoal, even though it's not listed on his description, and he was paying $428. So if you go, I don't think I did it for all the merchants in all the towns, but definitely check out like your smith, your woodworker, your tailor, that kind of thing. The woodsman in Osbrook, he wants timber. He's paying $387. So you can kind of go through the list here. I won't read these all, but I'll slowly scroll through them so you guys can kind of take a screenshot and then just kind of see all the different merchants, the items that they want, and what they're paying. So like I said, Gerlot is a good one in Manshire. Also Salt, even though he's not the highest one, the innkeeper Aaron, he was paying $617. So that again is a good price. So if I'm paying 460-ish for salt and I can get it 617, you know, it's pretty good. Anytime you're going to make like 100 or more crowns, it's a pretty good deal. Oh, the winemaker said he wanted grain, but he didn't really have a price, so that's why I have the question mark there. This is what he was selling wine for, anywhere from $438 to $488. Brenton, and you know, he wants timber, $366. One-Eyed Wigmar, he has decent prices for everything. You can see the big fluctuation here depending on the situations in town. Anywhere from 362 to 442, you know, it's a pretty big range. So definitely you want to make sure your caravans are parked close enough to these places, usually within 3 tiles or so you can just look directly in your caravan. What I try doing is I try having at least one of each in my caravan's inventory, so I, you know, can always check the prices and see who has the best deal. I still have to get the final upgrade for my caravan for storage. So here you can see Denbury, there's a couple of vendors there, what their buying prices are. And of course for Bryn, like I said, the main thing in Bryn, it looks like wine and salt. Where's the main guy? Yep, right here, Rico. He pays really high for wine and salt. I think he pays the highest for wine that I've seen. Now, one of the merchants that I didn't check in Bryn is like the baker. So you definitely want to check a grain for the baker. I mean, it kind of makes sense. He's probably going to pay a lot. So if you are planning on making trips to Bryn, load up on grain and then definitely check out the baker. Some of the random merchants, I didn't get a chance to check everything because they weren't available when I had all the items in my inventory. But it looks like they pay, you know, okay, you know, for some of them. Ormy at the docks, I got to check everything with him other than salt. Rigo Nevik, very high for salt and timber. You know, like I said, I just bought timber for under 200, so that's a good margin there. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun with the new system, and like I said, I'll be updating this from time to time. Shout out to OK Mall. He's a big streamer for Stoneshard. If you guys are not subscribed to his channel, definitely check it out. OKMALL is his name, and he streams several times a week. In fact, he just did a 24-hour stream. So just want to give a shout out to him. He is a fellow Michigander, so go show him some love and support. Okay, guys, there you have it. Hope you enjoy. Hope this helps you out in your Stoneshard journey. And as I say in Splinterland, stay the course, keep on forging, and have fun. I'll see you soon. Take care.